Hey everybody, welcome back. This is episode 8 of Honest E Conversations with Melanie and Kimberly. I'm Melanie.
I'm Kimberly. How are you?
Yay, we missed you. We are less than a week out from this amazing election that just took place in America, and I am thrilled to pieces. Kimberly, how are you feeling? Thrilled?
I'm ecstatic. I feel like a burden has been lifted off of my shoulders.
Yes. I've said it myself, and I've heard it from like people in the media all day long and all week long or all weekend long. I can breathe again, which I think is such a powerful statement on so many levels.
So
right now.
many.
So many
Right.
levels.
Right.
I'm still wearing my pearls, which I put on for Ruth Bader Ginsburg when I went to vote. And then the day of the election, my college roommate from freshman year said that her sorority, the AKA sorority, that the pearls were part of their look. And so I was like, well, then I'm keeping them on until this ticket wins. I probably could take them off now. I haven't. I'm so thrilled to have a woman representing women in the White House. And she's a Black woman. How are you feeling about that? Like, so cool.
It's cool. This is cool. It's a cool time to be. It's finally a cool time to be here. It's almost like, even the weather. When Obama won for the presidency, it was hot in Chicago in November. And then when Trump won, it was freezing, like hell had frozen over. And it's like 74 again here in November in Chicago.
Yeah.
The weather is even happy. Like everything's happy.
Yeah.
It's almost like you can hear the birds singing and the animals are happy and the people are happy. And the people went out in the street and they rejoiced and they danced and they sang. And there was a lady, I think she was in New York, dancing in the fountain. And if I can get that video, she's my new shiro. She reminded me of something that happened last year with one of my girlfriends, just doing the water dance, like that's the happiest you can be.
Yeah.
It's just dancing free in the water. It's awesome.
My son said, it seems brighter out today, Mom. And this is yesterday. I'm like, it does. It feels like, and even this morning, Monday mornings are, Monday mornings. And this morning, I'm like, this Monday morning feels a little more relaxed and a little like positive, like, okay, it's Monday as opposed to it's Monday,
Right.
So.
And then to see that not only America rejoiced, but the whole world.
Yeah.
There were bells that went off in Paris.
Yeah.
And there were fireworks that went off in other countries.
Yeah.
I mean, he said he was the most of everything, but you know what? This time we were the biggest loser in the history of all losers. And unfortunately, not such a loser. Now you did lose the election, but 70 million people agree with who you are.
Right.
And so I'm wondering now, I have a lot of hope in the new administration. I have a lot of hope. I have a lot of peaceful feelings towards them. We have a humanitarian now in the White House, someone who's just normal, just a real human being that
someone who cares. Yeah, someone who cares.
And he breathes and he speaks humanity. He's not a narcissist who is about, well, I got so many votes. It's like, what happened to America? Like, where are our votes? Like, do we count? No, it's just all about you. And I as I like to throw in often, as I straighten out myself and sit right, our new VP is not only a woman and not only a Black woman, but she's a Howard alum. I have to love that.
I love that so much. And I love how much this means to everybody. I was thinking about like the far-reaching implications of this this president-elect and his vice president in such a good way for so many people, and just what it means to the Howard alum, which is clearly a big thing because it's all over everything, and the AKA, or sorority sisters, and just to the little girls who are going, Mom, she looks like me, and I'm like, you know what? She looks like me. She looks like me too. She's a woman.
All of us. She is us.
And it's so exciting to be able to see that and to know that 4 years ago when I took my kids to the poll, hoping we were voting for the first woman president, it was exciting to be able to go with my mother and my son, my one son who's old enough to vote for the first woman in a presidential office. And it's so exciting. It's like, we've made it. We finally were there. And now everyone's just, yeah, ready to go. Let's do this, you know?
So many things can be heard.
Yeah.
Like women's plights can be heard. That's so empowering. That's so amazing. It's so wonderful. It feels so good to know that there's a girl in charge for once, who's actually going to be strong and diligent and aggressive in the good way. Not, everyone says women who are aggressive are bad. No, they're not. And to have a wonderfully well-educated, aggressive woman who is no nonsense, that's what I mean by aggressive, who has the tenacity to get something done. Be a dog with a bone. Get it done. Speak for the women. You speak for so many women. So you speak for the Black women. You speak for the Indian women. You speak for just women too. So you've got all that going on. You've got the Latina women. I mean, just every woman in the world. It's like, she could be singing, "I'm every woman, it's all in me." It's perfect for her.
Yes.
It's perfect for her.
Yes.
She is all of us.
Yes.
And thank God President-elect Biden feels so good to say he's not soft, but he cares.
Yeah.
And it's nice to know, he has empathy for the people who have passed away with the coronavirus. I am feeling like they will shut us down once and for all, hopefully, and get this thing under wraps.
Yeah. Well, it already started today. That was the cool thing. I was like, I heard on the radio yesterday, like Monday morning. I'm like, wait, that's tomorrow. So that's today. They've already had their press conference. They've already had their meeting. They've already assigned their team. There's a couple people from Chicago on the team. There's some women on the team. And it's like, yay, let's go. I mean, day one. I mean, it's not even day one. And day
right.
one,
They came in with their roller skates on. Like, come on, we got to get over there quick, and over here and over there. I don't think it's going to be a smooth transition of power, but I do think that they're already anticipating not getting briefed on quite a few things.
Yeah.
And I think that they're going to go ahead and handle it anyway, which is wonderful.
Well, I think the fact that
we don't even need to hear from you. Like, we'll just handle it.
I think I'm sure too, like the fact that Biden has already been in the White House and already knows like what was set up before. Like he's already been there. It's not like he's going, oh, I don't know how this job works. Like he's been there.
Right, like almost he's been on vacation for the last 4 years.
Right, exactly.
Like, I'm home now, move. Let me.
Yeah. And I think the one thing I like about Kamala Harris is she's got like this amazing attitude, and she has the most beautiful, exuberant smile. And behind that smile is strength and courage and empathy and a personal, like you can tell that she's like, hey, I'm here and I'm here for you. And it's a connection. I'm like, oh my God, she's literally radiant. Like she's literally radiant when she smiles. And it's so exciting to see that and know that I feel represented. I feel like you're represented. I feel like you said, all the people of color are represented, all the minorities, Jewish people, people with the LGBTQ. I feel like everybody's represented because they said, we are representing all of you. We're here for all of you, and we're all Americans. And that's such
the funny thing too is, out of everybody that you just named, white people are going to be represented, and the Klan is going to be represented, and the neo-Nazis are going to be represented. Everybody is going to be represented.
Right.
And it's about time.
Right.
Not that I agree with any of them. No, that's just my own personal view, but they should still be represented. Everybody should have a representation.
Right.
Whether you agree with them or not. But yeah, it's nice to know that the United States will be united again. And and people were happy about that. People went out in the street and danced and clapped and hurrayed and did all the things that showed joy. like just pure joy. The world is joyous again.
Yes.
And it's not all me, spoiled child. I just feel like I've been watching a nonstop episode of Caillou for the last 4 years. You just want to change the channel so bad. Like, shut up, Caillou. Quit showing everybody have a temper tantrum. That's horrible. It's not supposed to do that.
And what's nice is I think that he showed, like, I didn't realize that Biden had run twice before. And so he's, this example of perseverance. And she persevered through, like, wanting, to be the president, but she's like, okay, if I can't do that, then she's doing this, and I think for anybody who's, watching and paying attention, anybody who's young, anybody who's feeling any doubt about themselves or what they could be or what they could become, they can look at this now and go, I could do this. Like, maybe it could be me, no matter how old you are. He's 78 years old and she's a woman, and they are both, like, breaking records all over the place right now. And so
every little kid can say, I can grow up and be president.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid, I couldn't grow up and say that. It didn't mean true. You had nothing to, even though she grew up a little bit before we did, but still she did it. She actually did it.
Yeah.
But so it could have been done, I guess. But at the same time, little children can grow up knowing, and any child can say that.
That's the thing.
Every child can say that. Yeah. Because even if you're not an all A student, we just had Trump in the White House, not to say that we'd ever want to have it again, but even those can say, I don't have to be, the magna cum laude in the group in order to be president, but God forbid we ever have that happen again. But everybody got a chance now. I mean, it's all, anybody can do it.
Yeah.
But now we've got people in there who actually, in my opinion, deserve to be in there. They've worked hard, and they have done righteously, and the people have spoken. What I really love is how many states turned blue or are about to turn blue, and how awesome it is for people who never voted before, old or young, who came out and voted and said, you know what? I can finally see with my own eyes that my vote actually did count.
Yes.
That it did matter. Because so many people said, oh, my one vote's not. Yes, your one vote did. Your one vote made all the difference.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And I think that I want to, like, put a shout out to all of the people. And I know I have some friends who have been, like, diehard Republicans all their lives, and have, had to make a choice this time and chose democracy and voted Democrat. And thank you, friends, for doing that.
Yeah.
We couldn't have done it without you, without everybody who stepped up, and and all the volunteers and all the people who went way out of their way to do the poll watching and poll judging and working, to count and everything. And it was a group effort, a huge group effort.
And everybody united and said, hey, wait, we need a better moral compass. We need to be able to tell our children and our children's children that we're caring people.
Yeah.
Like, we care about not ourselves. Even I saw that the fair tax law did not pass in Chicago, which I found to be bizarre.
Yeah.
But, it's just like, people don't read. I mean, it only made sense. And then, all the people were like, Biden's going to raise taxes. Well, if you're not making $400,000 a year, don't worry about it.
Right.
If you're not, don't worry about it. If you are, then come on. You should have been worried about it a long time ago. You should have wanted to pay your fair share. Right. And that's, I think, where we are now. I think the healthcare is going to be not only is healthcare going to be an issue. Ex-President Trump, let's call him, you were trying all this time to put together a healthcare plan that did not allow people with pre-existing conditions. But now you have one, Mr. I have COVID.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
no.
you can't even qualify under whatever nonsense you were trying to spew out there. And
Yeah.
so many people have been affected by COVID that you're still trying to push that through to the last moment. Now you're saying he's trying to pardon himself.
Yeah. He was creating a pre-existing condition so that, I mean, it just so many contradictions and so many things that just didn't make sense. And I think that the things that happened this year, from March until now, even before the election, I think that all of the snowball effect of all the things that were happening this year, I think that I sort of feel grateful, because I think we would have had another 4 years of Trump if we hadn't had the pandemic. And we've talked about this before, like, I wouldn't wish this illness on anybody. But I feel grateful that I've had this, opportunity with my kids, and I feel grateful that it maybe led to this. And I feel grateful to people of color who unwittingly gave their lives for our democracy, because I think it was also because of them that people finally, we woke up and we took a look and we said, we have to stop the way things are going in this country and the way he's allowing them to go, the way Trump is allowing this underbelly of people
them to go that way.
So I'm grateful to those people, truly grateful. We'll never forget their names, and grateful.
Well, God bless John Lewis. I mean, he fought until his death.
Yeah.
What a saint. I just think that he did something through the spirit world where
Ruth Bader Ginsburg were up there making it happen. John McCain, all these, and the George Floyds and the Breonna Taylors and all of those folks who shouldn't have died, but they did not die in vain, because they woke us up, they shook us up, and they showed us that we cannot tolerate the way things are going, and we must change things. And we are.
Yeah, and you can't do it by yourself. There is no I in team. All the things that just used to be sayings actually have come to light. And that, they have truth in them now.
Yes.
There is truth in the fact that, you must help your neighbor. There is truth in the fact that homelessness is a problem. Nobody wants to live in a tent. There's truth in women's reproductive rights should be left up to the woman. There is truth in, you can't burn a cross in front of my yard. You cannot have your initiation, which is another thing I saw recently, that there's an initiation for the white supremacist groups right now, because they want to get their numbers back up where they're supposed to be tracking down Black men and boys and hanging them, torturing them, shooting them, killing them, whatever. And that's part of the initiation. That kind of stuff it should be unconscionable. Hopefully, and I have a strong feeling that it will happen, that police will now have more accountability for their actions, that the police will not be able to just kill anybody, especially Black and brown people, just for shits and giggles. You can't put your knee on someone's neck until they die, unless if you do, you go to jail for it. I want to watch, I'm hopeful, and I want to watch and see what they do and how they're going to do it, and how well I believe that they are going to do it, because the eyes are upon them. So, I know that there's red tape in politics and things don't go through, but I'm hopeful that this time that they'll just be able to just put their skates on and go through the White House and Congress and be able to get things passed that just make sense. because things have not made sense. It's felt like the last 4 years have felt like a really bad dream.
No, I think we're on the right track, and we need to, we as citizens need to stay alert and pay attention to what's going on and continue to fight for the things that we think are wrong, and continue to work on making this a better place for everybody.
Yeah.
Because we all deserve a chance. We all deserve a better place to live.
Yeah. Anyway, everybody, you have a great week. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. You can post your thoughts down in the chat. You can also hit subscribe and like, and you can also put down some comments on some things that you would like to see discussed, or you can put down in the comments what things you would like to come on the show and discuss, and we'll see if we can pop you in on the Zoom.
Yeah, we'd love that. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us again. We'll see you soon.